Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Yes, sir, from shrine to the graver. Ebony loses her snake, her shrine, her immunity, her grandmom in one stroke. Rains curses upon herself, thinking she is raining it on our very own queen, Lori Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. I want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to our mamas in the house, our aunties, our everything. I love you guys. Thank you. Our channel members, Mommy Abede, Mommy Titi Laya Odua, Mommy Tony Uza, Mommy Jason Dubueze, Mommy Kende Adeni, Mommy Busy B, Mommy Elizabeth Ogorede, Mommy Taiwa Ali Balogo, Mommy Tony B, Mommy Oyeye Mi Sakina. Full major present, shake it together, so shall your blessing be. I am thanking you guys. I am grateful. My mommies, my aunties, my sisters, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. They say, he who has the audacity to swallow a full coconut must have absolute trust in his bum. It is not a small something, no. Wahala break bonu. They say Ebony's life has been turned upside down in ways she never imagined possible. Everything that once gave her power, confidence, and relevance has been stripped away almost at the same time. The first blow came when the Lion of Odua ordered that her shrine be demolished. That shrine was more than a building to her. It was a symbol of identity in the palace, the place people used to fear and respect the source of her authority. The demolition was not done quietly. It was carried out in full view of others, and Ebony was forced to watch as the place she built her pride around was reduced to rubble. Hey, wahala plenty. She felt humiliated and, powerless, and she knew immediately that the Lion of Odua no longer considered her position untouchable. Pride is not good, though. They say pride goes before a faller. It is not a small something, no. Not long after news came that shocked, her even more. Her snake, according to people, I don't know, they said this snake is connected to her Ori, which she had always claimed was spiritually linked to her and, was one of her deepest connection to her powers, had been found by, it happened around the same environment where Queen Naomi's mansion project was being developed. Ebony could not believe it. For years, she carried herself with confidence because, her Ori was, of course, alive, and she believed it was protecting her. Now, in one night, that snake, she considered her strength was gone. She cried and cried and cried, saying that it was not a natural bite, that they did this deliberately. Drag Adetutu like a passionable generator. Drag Adetutu, oh, chai. Ebony dragged she dragged a man that is called Anikolapo inside the palace. It's a man that has been working. His name is James Anikolapo. Drag this man, drag everybody draggable. But one thing Ebony has done again had been that they said she took a man to the Odua traditional court over her Ori. The man is called James Anikolapo, because as all of these things is happening, she was still processing everything that had happened. 2 heavy blows, another devastating news reached her grandmother, who had been her rock and her confidant, collapsed suddenly that night. The old woman had always been the one who Ebony turns to, when things become too difficult. The one who reminded her of her root and encouraged her to keep fighting. For Ebony, hearing that her grandmother was down felt like the final straw. She wept uncontrollably. From what we heard, if the information is true, they said she ran back to the palace to go and meet with them, to talk to them, not to, burn that place. That they had seen spiritually that they that her Ejo had not successfully left that place because of something they did there. From what we are hearing, they said Anikolapo had gone there to go and pour salty water or something. And they are not supposed, that palace is a palace where they are not supposed to go with salt. And why were they not supposed to go with salt? I mean, that shrine, they are not supposed to go with salt to that shrine. As in, that is one of the laws. You don't go there with salt. And Anikolapo had gone to go and pour salt inside that, use salt. When they were breaking down that thing, they said Anikolapo put salt inside water and poured around there. So apparently, because Anikolapo put salt inside water and poured around there, according to her jaw could not pass. Okay, so when they finally brought this thing down, by the time everybody came back from where she ran to, Kabiyesi said they should bring it down, but Kabiyesi said didn't say they should burn things there or burn it. But Kabiyesi could care less, because when you tell people sweep this place, how they dispose the refuse is not your problem. You're king, right? And as we are hearing, they say before Ebony will come from her home back to the palace, that they had already burned that place. Apparently, what it was looking like is like their jaw did not leave on time, because their jaw didn't see a way to pass because of the salt water that they poured there. Almost not a small thing. No. They said that snake. When I say snake, they say they call them a jaw. Maybe I'm not correct, or I am correct. They say Ebony has dragged, like physically, had to drag Anikolapo to the Odua traditional court over that thing that they discovered the next day. But how they discovered that thing in Olori Naomi's unfinished apartment is what nobody understands. Like, if a jaw is looking for a place to run to, so the safest place to run to is to run to your enemy's apartment, because the whole of this fight has been geared towards pulling Olori Naomi down. And so, how is it possible that this same place where you do not want your Ejo to be is where your Ejo is right now? How is it possible? Like, the Ejo could not escape that place, but was able to escape to Nam. Anikolapo is saying, because they said he is a hunter. He is very, very close to Kabiyesi. He's always there in the Odua traditional groove, okay, hunting and all of that. But he comes back to the palace and he's a traditional man. So the reason why, he poured that salt that day was because of what he saw spiritually. And everybody dragged him to Odua traditional court. And they say Odua traditional court say Anikolapo has done absolutely nothing. That Ejo is not supposed to live inside the palace. I'm going to bring you guys more update. Wait until you hear something. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.